Hey guys, ready for another week of Forex? I'm just going to chart some pairs I'm looking at and basically just chart a bunch of stuff. I'm going to try and make this video shorter than last week because I think last week's ended up being like an hour and a half. Anyway, so US dollar yen daily chart. We had a trend going up here. We did hit it against that trend. For me, is back in play. As we broke down here, though, and came back up, we formed this trend line here, this black one. And as you see, once we broke through it, we tested the old trend line in red. We came down here and retested on the black trend and bounced back up. So it's kind of an interesting play right there. So what I'm really looking for here to feel comfortable selling this is a break below this black line. To buy it at this point, I'd need to see a break above this trend line here, the red one. Yeah, there's really not a lot we can say about it right now. This is a huge trade working its way. I know some really big name traders that are watching this like a hawk, just because it's going to be a fairly above average accurate trade once we get there. So we have this trend here that we're still following. So as you see, we're kind of narrowing it into a whole bunch of trend lines. So it's just kind of unique that this trend line fell kind of on a price action line across here. So currently on the daily, we had a reversal there. We haven't come down and tested this line yet. I was actually hopeful, like where these lines met up, we would have broke below. I think I posted that last week. And you can see it was trying to, several days in a row it tried. And then we had some news that shot it up. But this is going to break one way or another. I'm obviously looking at it to break low more than I would think high. So we'll just wait and see what happens. Euro USD kind of got into a wedge here, and before the market closed last week, I was making trades off a smaller wedge within this, but I'm going to focus on the, make sure I'm on the daily. Daily right now, I expect price to come down and hit this again. We could do some buy, sell, as long as we get clear reversals. A break below this trend, this 1.15 area, is a super strong support level. If that is broken, you need to, I mean, I would even say go in heavy margin on this because it should drop to at least previous support. I'm more excited about this going higher. The thing with Euro USD, we've been above this line since July 2017, so we've been up here for a year. There's kind of a deformed head and shoulders pattern going on. So if we did drop through here, I could see coming all the way down, back all the way to the March area. Let's just see where we were last year. So we were up here last year. So that doesn't really give much info. Right now, though, it's pretty standard, and it is open for day trades, obviously. I mean, there's some good trades to happen in here. So the buy, sell in here until we get a clear break and kind of a direction where we're going. I don't think the news this week is going to be as tragic as it's been. This last 3 weeks has just been a complete nightmare. Euro, we did get a break finally of this long channel here. So we remember we had that long trend going up. Finally broke down, retested. That's one thing I want you guys to remember. Almost always when it breaks trend, it comes back and retests before it goes lower. So I would put my Fibonacci tool up here and put 50% towards the bottom of this previous dip, and I kind of expect price to make its way down to here eventually. We'll just mark it there because there's a price action line across. Really not much more to say. It's not anything confident yet. There's some wave analysis there. Wave analysis hasn't been horribly accurate lately, so I'm kind of trying to stick with the fundamental, or not the fundamentals, but the basics of trading. But the moment this did break through, I jumped into a sell. Normally from here you would mark your price action so that you can have some levels to watch. So obviously there's a strong one there where price is right now. So if price were to break that line, I think I would expect it to come all the way down. I mean, there's some other areas in there, but I'd expect it to come to at least there, which that's a pretty big trade right there. When it hit this line, we could watch, see if we get a reversal or wherever the reversal happens, and then just measure back up to, which that makes sense. And that comes out perfect. I guess it would. So 50% retrace would be back up to this line before it tested and went lower, would be my guess. So I'm just going to mark that out. And we'll see what happens. So I'm predicting we hit here, retest, and dip. So that's what I'm looking at right now. There is a little bit of a head and shoulders there. Let's see how that comes out. So let's mark it from here then. So if it were to break out, yeah, it takes us, that one takes us down to there. So right now, I guess I am feeling really bearish about Euro Aussie dollar. So let's see what happens there. If we have a head and shoulders, then we'll measure that out. I think if traders see this hit a neckline, more sellers are going to push in, and we might not even get this retraced back up. So we'll see what happens there. What do we got here? Euro, USD, NCD, Euro, GBP. Not really too excited about those right now. NZD CAD, that one's been kind of crazy. There is a big trade brewing here. It's just where is it going to stop? Looking at RSI, we are pegged below 30, indicating a reversal coming. So if I was a guessing man, not anything else, I would say we're going to probably touch this before we bounce back up. So once we hit this line here and we get a good reversal that I'm confident in, a long-term buy would be up to here and then just kind of watch it. Nothing's really breaking out of the norm here. We'll have a trend line formed here once we get a bottom to that. So yeah, that comes out right on that support, so I'll get rid of that. So NZD, Canadian dollar, I expect probably a bounce off of that, and we'll see how it goes. You can see from the top it retraced 50, retrace 50. It may retrace another 50, test this line, and then break through the Fibonacci measurements. So that could end up being a 2 or 3 day process before this really starts breaking out. So, but if we get a good strong reversal, I'll probably just enter with lower margin and just let it ride. Aussie US dollar, looks like we're getting a reversal. RSI 55 has been a strong reversal point. So yeah, this, where's this buy point at? Wouldn't get too thrilled on this yet. We've had this sideways channel going for a while, but as you can see in the larger trend, we had sideways channels almost every time before a drop. So it's hard to say right now. This blue line is almost, I think I marked it as an all-time support. Let's get back into here. So really, I think I'm gonna get rid of everything. Really, I don't think we can do anything yet but sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy until we get a breakout of that channel and kind of see if we're headed back up or we're headed back down. It's actually a really big channel. It's got more inside of that one even. So really, you could buy and sell within this smaller channel. If it peaks out, then keep your trade open and close it if it reverses on the outer channel. But for right now, that's about all we can confidently say. NCD, what is this? NCD Chief. This one I am looking for. We are back down. This one kind of excites me. You can see back January of 2017, we kind of started this pattern here. The top's not as clear, but I'm just going to mark it. I did buy until we got up here and then got into this little wedge here, so then I got out. But we currently broke below that wedge and hit this previous support here. So it does look like we might get a reversal here and have a really good buy opportunity. I would say that's going to be a 50% retracement. So 50, 50. So it did break through the 50 at least. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. This black line here, as long as we don't break below that, then we're going to be really bullish here soon. And this one could just freaking explode. I think on the long term, it was a huge, massive trade. So we could see these levels matched again. That's a strong area, really strong area. I'm just going to leave it right there. So that could be a target. I don't see breaking above there anytime soon. But even so, if we just make it to the top of this trend line here, that is a lot of pips. A lot of pips. I'm gonna mark it green for money. So all we're waiting for on this one is to see if we get a reversal. We had a huge spinning top, almost doji. Yeah, doji, spinning top, whatever. Indicating a reversal. Then the fundamentals took over. So we got pushed back down. But I expect this to fly back up. So just a retracement on that. 50% retracement takes us at least to here. On these larger timescales, it almost always fully retraces. So even 50%, I mean, that's a huge trade. So I'm looking for a rejection here real soon and a reversal back up, and that's going to be a big trade. So keep your eyes on that one. That's going to be huge. You did your rod. Ripple, I've been watching like a hawk. That's going to be some money. Maybe that'll be it for now, and I'll update these tomorrow. Wouldn't enter really anything quite yet. Odd Canadian dollar tricked me, so I'm actually down pretty hard on it right now. Kind of waiting to see what happens. Regardless, I'm pretty confident we're going to end up back up here. But for right now, we have this huge long blue trend line here, which we may get another stab at it. But before the market closed, we did get a reversal, what looks like it's going to be a reversal. I almost expect it to come back down and touch that trend line. And from there, everybody, if we get a good reversal, everybody needs to jump in on that 500-600 pips at least. So let's end that video here and see what happens with the start. There's several trades that are looking really good right now. Even the euro yen, I got my eyes on that. So let's have a good week. No gambling. Keep everything margin low unless I say I'm pretty confident in something. But yeah, no gambling and play it safe. Let's get through August with lots of pips.